The following podcast contains spoilers and adult language. Listener discretion is advised.
The Showdown Podcast with Corey and Vic. A debate on what movie is better, Corey's choice versus Vic's choice. They each plead their case and try to destroy the others. It's a combat of subjective opinion. I'm Brad Scott, your impartial judge, and as always, my say is final. Welcome to the fall movie preview episode of the Showdown Podcast. No battle today. It's just going to be a preview of upcoming movies, a special bonus for you. And before we get to the episode, we wanted to give a couple of congratulations out to some friends of the show. Jeff Vibert of the Jeff Vibert Podcast, who was on a couple of episodes of the Jeff Vibert Memorial Invitational Battle Royal and the Found Footage Feud. His podcast was just ranked in the top 100 on iTunes last week. So congratulations. A very, very good podcast. Check it out. I was on one of the episodes, and then they got really successful after my episode.
Congratulations again to Jeff from Vic. That one's for you, buddy.
Congrats, Jeff.
And I searched the list. We are not on the top 300.
At all?
We're not even, I don't think, on the next 300. I think we're towards the very, very bottom of the list.
It'd be nice if they actually emailed us and said, hey, this is where you're at.
Yeah, that would be cool if we had a way to look it up.
Even if it is a really long number.
Yeah. Well, that's probably why. They're like, you know what?
We're not going to waste that much.
It's still digital, yeah.
Nobody wants to write that number.
Wait, do you think they use ink for email, Vic?
We need to talk.
That's adorable. Also, another big congratulations to Brent Terhune on his album Mr. Turkey, hitting number 1 on iTunes. He was ahead of Jim Gaffigan, Louis C.K. So congratulations, Mr. Turkey. That is very, very, very cool. He's going to be on a couple of future episodes. It's Brent Terhune, Mr. Turkey, available on iTunes.
Nice job, Mr. Turkey.
That's a very big feather in his cap for sure.
That's a wet feather in his cap. Congratulations, Mr. Turkey. Congratulations, Jeff Vibert. Check out the Jeff Vibert podcast. Check out Mr. Turkey on iTunes. And, of course, thank you for checking out the Showdown podcast. Enjoy our fall movie preview episode. The Showdown Podcast, Fall Movie Preview Episode, featuring Joe Lavelle. I'm your host, Brad Scott. Today I'm joined by Vic, The Empire Strikes Black Miller, and Corey, Revenge of the Racist Miller. And we're talking about movies. Welcome to the show. That is, of course, the big Star Wars theme, which we'll get to later on. Corey, this is a non-battle episode. Why don't you tell them how it's going to work?
Well, thanks to Entertainment Weekly, we're going to go through some of these movies and figure out which ones are going to be worth seeing, which ones aren't, and just go month by month. And
we know how seriously you guys take our opinions, so
yes,
we wanted to help you out. Patrick, I know you're like, which movie should I go listen to this fall?
I listen to a lot of movies.
Listen to a lot of movies? Yeah, but you can still see them. Patrick cannot.
Oh, jeez.
He's blind.
Actually blind.
Thanks a lot for bringing that up, Joe.
Sorry.
It's a sore spot.
But yeah, so what's the first movie on the list?
They've only got one listed for September 9th, and that's Time Out of Mind with Richard Gere and Jenna Malone. I say boring.
Jesus Christ, that's where we're starting? Maybe we should have just gone to October. Think about
September 11th.
Never forget.
Never forget.
I know what movie.
There's 3 other movies. There's one with Alison Brie and Jason Sudeikis called Sleeping with Other People. I have no idea what this movie's about. Again, I'm just reading from the list.
Off to such a great preview.
If you let me finish my sentence, I was going to say both of these are funny comedians, so I'm sure it's going to be one of those kind of sleeper comedy hits, kind of like We Are the Millers was and Horrible Bosses. So that's probably...
Did you see Horrible Bosses 2?
I did see it.
I didn't care for it.
I liked it, but definitely not as much as the first one. I thought the first one was...
I stayed away from it altogether.
If you explain the plot
Horrible Bosses?
Of the synopsis of the first and the second one, would I know which one would be the difference?
No, it's kind of the same. And I kind of thought that going into going into the second one, but I was like, I'm still gonna watch it because I like the first one so much. That brings us to September 18th, which we got a couple that we've talked. Well, one of them we've talked about in the past. The sequel to The Maze Runner, which was on our list, a couple of our lists last year as being in our top 10 for the year. So that's coming out along with Black Mass, starring Johnny Depp.
The sequel to Maze Runner
Yes.
was on your list.
No.
Maze Runner was
on my top 10 list.
That was on the list.
Yeah. It just creeped in.
And then you watched it?
No, I actually liked it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to say, I actually enjoyed the movie too.
You like that one too?
I actually watched it and did not dislike it at all.
Black Mass. White Mass's soul, brother.
That's what they call me when I walk into an all-you-can-eat place. They're like, Black Mass, you'll get out.
Yeah, but this one's got Johnny Depp. Didn't see that one coming. Johnny Depp and Joel Edgerton. We're already starting to see trailers on TV for it now. It looks like it could be pretty good. I know Johnny Depp has been really every movie he's been in for like the last 15 years has just been amazing. So
except for the last 4 of them.
Except for the last Pirates of the Caribbean. Don't forget about that one.
And
apparently,
that comedy that he did, and then the one previous to that,
which comedy?
the one where that was panned out and lost. I can't even remember it. It's the
Mordecai?
One, yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was good in Tusk, though.
Oh
Yeah.
really? He was in that?
Have you seen Tusk?
No.
Yeah, he's in it.
He's
in that.
the
Was that a
he's the
Smith
cop.
movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be returning as that character.
Oh wait, this could be.
What?
He said
No,
he tries
he
to
knows that.
avoid Kevin Smith.
I have a problem with Kevin Smith, and most people look at
You're-
this
you're-
much like how I have a problem with Faith No More. I like Faith No More. No, I don't. I don't like Faith No More. I like. Okay, so
Just get out.
Let's moving on.
I kind of want to hear this flesh out.
Well,
The Faith No More thing, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like Faith No More.
Is that a band?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't need to listen to them. They're not good.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Faith No More.
But Mr. Bungle is fantastic. So figure that one out.
That's
Yeah.
And Phantomos.
that's what my middle school gym teacher tried to tell me. I didn't like how that turned out.
Phantomos
That's a whole
is
nother
also
bundle.
great, but Faith No More, not so much. A lot like Kevin Smith, not really good at what he does.
All right.
Tusk was great.
He'd be a great writer. He was just a bad director, and especially when you can shoot shots where you can see the whole cast and crew and reflections of their own movie. Things like that bother me, and not because it's well done, it's because it's not done well.
Yeah. Well, it happens on occasion.
Win!
This is what you would try to avoid, though.
Okay, so
I doubt it's going to happen with... Okay.
a couple days after my birthday, on September 25th, we got a few movies coming out. One of them, there's a De Niro movie, The Intern. I have no idea what that's about. Another Ryan Reynolds movie, and Hotel Transylvania 2.
What's the Ryan Reynolds movie?
Deadpool?
No,
Did you glance over this?
Mississippi Grind is the Ryan Reynolds movie. I have no idea what that's about. Hotel Transylvania 2 with the sequel to with Adam Sandler, Selena Gomez, and probably Steve Buscemi, Kevin James, I think are in there too. I'm sure I'll end up watching that just
It's an
because
animated movie?
It is animated. Yeah, it's the.
I actually think it looks good.
Did you see?
It looks. I've seen the previews. It looks funny.
Yeah, it's Adam is.
I haven't seen the first one though. I'm going to watch the first one soon.
I'm
so-
surprised you haven't watched it yet. With
I know she's seen it. It's one of those she watched it on her own. I think on Netflix or something.
You're like,
Yeah, I want to see it though. I like Adam Sandler, even though everybody hates him, and I agree a lot of his movies haven't been great. I still like him.
All
There's
right.
something likable about
All
him.
right, so I have to ask. Did you see Pixels?
Yes, I liked Pixels.
Okay. Did you see it?
I haven't seen it yet. No.
Okay. I liked it.
I did too. I liked it.
Being a video game person myself, like watching it, there's a lot of references in there that are great. There's a lot of things that they did in it that really harken back to the time that I started playing video games. And yes, I'm old as fuck. But, exactly. Like, it was a good movie, and everyone's like, oh, the movie sucked, and he ruined the whole thing. I'm like, why? What part of it?
Well, I just don't like
was
pander
ruined?
to. I don't like to be sold to either. I mean, Mr. Robot, do you watch that show? Mm-hmm. I like that show a lot. And then there's an episode a couple days ago or a couple weeks ago where they pull out a CD case for no reason but to show off the soundtrack of what music that their demographic they're trying to sell to is. And so it's like Tool Automa.
I saw that picture.
It's really kind of. It really offends me. I don't want to be. I just want a good story. I don't want people to demographic and mathematically sell one point to me. And that's no problem with Adam Sandler. He's a great comedian, and I think he's got a lot of stuff that's good. But I think people take advantage of that too.
I think one of the biggest problems with this movie that I saw, where people are like complaining about it, is they're like, "Well, Adam Sandler did." Like, what does that mean exactly?
Is that good? Where you were
He didn't
saying,
write it.
Yeah,
you know,
he didn't write it. He produced it, but he didn't write it. So, and it's not even. It's taken from the short film.
Yeah.
So it's.
Well, I always love the people that hate Adam Sandler, and it's like they call it, he's a sellout. Blah, blah. Oh yeah, you go turn down $20 million to go on vacation with your best friends and make sure you make a movie.
And
you turn that down, and then
then they complain when he I'm gonna go do a movie with my friends, and oh, by the way, one of my friends just bought me a brand new car to thank me for doing the movie. I'm pretty much in. Fuck you all.
Yeah.
I would sell out in a heartbeat. If you have that much creative integrity, you probably don't have a family to take care of.
Well, let's think about this.
And you don't have any money.
Shit, I mean, make your money while you can. If you're creative, that's what you should be using it for.
Here's what a lot of people forget about, too, is Happy Madison, that's his company. That's something that he created after leaving Saturday Night Live, and they've got so many titles underneath that they've produced. They're making money. A lot of these other Saturday Night Live alumni can't say that.
Well,
I mean, yeah, they're in movies. They're in movies like he is, but he's actually got a production company. He's actually saying, okay, this is what we need to do. Yeah, sure, some of these movies may not be on people's liking.
They've had really good movies. Grandma's Boy is one of my all-time favorite movies.
I mean, sure, Jack and Jill was kind of stupid, but, you know, what, he's not allowed a stupid movie, you know?
Well, what about the new the cowboy movie he's got coming up?
I don't know anything about that.
I know a bunch of Native Americans left.
Yeah.
What's it called?
We don't like Native Americans.
Is that what it is?
No.
The Lucky
I wouldn't put it
Seven,
past him.
I think.
Yeah, that may be it. I know Schwarzen's in it, and I know Rob Schneider's in it.
Yeah, and that's the other thing.
That's the other thing too.
He's helping out and taking care of his friends, which is what especially comics, always talk about. You know, they would always do and everything else, but then they get mad at people. Oh, he's only helping out. There's a group of maybe 10 comics I would probably, if I was in a position to do something like that for, that I would, you know, legitimately go that far out for it.
Well,
and
here's the thing: I'm 1/4 Native American myself. I am just really offended. It hurts my feelings.
I don't know anything about it. I don't know any of the plot or anything like that.
You know the plot?
Huh?
You're in a plot?
I don't know. I don't know the plot.
Oh, the plot.
Yeah.
No, you're applauding.
No. I don't know.
Waiting for him to clap.
Magnificent Seven, maybe? The Ridiculous Six.
Is that what it's called?
Yep.
The Ridiculous Six. Nice.
It's a satire of classic westerns. Yeah, I mean, listen. I mean, you know what? Listen to this cast: Adam Sandler, Will Forte, Taylor Lautner, Steve Buscemi, Danny Trejo, Terry Crews, Luke Wilson, Nick Nolte, Rob Schneider, Steve Zahn,
Vanilla Ice,
Nick Swartzen, Chris Parnell, John Lovitz, Whitney Cummings, Norm Macdonald, Lavelle Crawford, Blake Shelton, Vanilla Ice, Dan Aykroyd, David Spade, Dan Patrick, John Turturro,
Dan Patrick, who's in every
Harvey Keitel, Linda Murray.
Man, that's going to be horrible.
Yeah, I'm sure Adam.
Those people into anything.
I'm sure Adam Sandler has a hard time sleeping at night.
Here's the thing: going back to what you were talking about, where how people complain about how he's always got the same people, all his friends in it. Tarantino does the same thing. Mm-hmm. He's always got a lot of the same people
because he's obsessed with Uma Thurman.
But here's the thing: as a filmmaker, you work with people, and it's like you get this chemistry between them. Like, I want to have them in another movie. And that's what happens. And, I mean, he's friends with these guys. He wants to have them in there. It's what happens. Stop complaining about it, people. If you were in his position, you would do the same thing. Or if you were in their position, you would still be in his movie every time.
I think the biggest difference in that is that when Quentin Tarantino sees an independent film, sees a short film, he can see somebody he wants and goes after them and introduces them into that family. Mm-hmm. I don't think that happens here. I think this family is a very cut, close, sharp, knit group of people that reintroducing themselves over and over and over again. And it's not just dangerous, it's very clubbish.
Maybe.
It's a boys' club, and it's sad, but you would like to see more people that are coming in from the young club. That's why Saturday Night Live always says that the best people to work with are the young.
But you may be right. But I'd like to say too, though, that I think he's bringing in some people into that family. Terry Crews is one. He was in Longest Yard. Then he was in that movie that he did when they went to Hawaii or wherever it was.
How long is Yard?
Well, that was the first one. Then him and Drew Barrymore did that movie where they went to Africa. He was in that one, and and then he's in this one too. I think he's slowly starting to bring in people. Steve Zahn is another one. You said Steve Zahn's in that movie.
Yeah, Luke Wilson.
These are all famous people already. They're not.
But Steve Zahn was already. He was in Strange Wilderness.
Who's the girl in Curled? The girl in Curled. Who's the short film? Quentin Tarantino saw her and was like, "I'm going to take that girl."
Okay, but look at it this way. So it's just like in stand-up comedy. Certain times comedians get to a point in their career when they're able to bring like their own opener with them. They like to do that because they're like, I've gotten to a certain point in my career. I want to work with people I know. I want to work with people I want to work with. I've paid my dues. I've given people opportunities. Now I want to just work. I want to be comfortable working. So it's kind of like that because Rob Schneider was not a huge star, before Adam Sandler started also putting him in every movie of his.
What was the very first the Louis C.K. TV series when he had that first round table that was very much just comedians at a
Louis
table?
C.K., Chris Rock, Seinfeld, and Gervais?
They were all there?
Yeah.
Was there nobody else that was in that was like an up-and-comer? It was all just...
Just those four, yeah. Which is like, I mean, everybody criticizes the clique that's outside of the clique. Secretly, I think everybody kind of wants to be...
They want to be in the clique.
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you? Oh, I can just be friends with this guy and go make
If Adam Sandler said, "Hey, I want you to come be in a movie with me," I'd be like, "I'm in."
Yeah.
I don't care what it is.
We do that a lot with celebrities, though. But we hold them to a higher standard than we would ourselves.
Well, I'm just saying if I was in the industry, and he said, "I want you to come do a movie with me," like I don't see anyone actually going, "Well, you're Adam Sandler. I'm not going to do that."
At this point, anybody who wants to do a movie, I'm pretty much just like,
Exactly.
I don't really care. What's next?
Okay, getting back on track. September 30th, we've got The Walk, starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Ben Kingsley. This is a movie where he plays what's the guy's name? French street performer Philippe Petit. That's Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and he does a tightrope walk between buildings.
Artsy, move along.
Is that the one where the guy falls to his death?
1,350 feet in the air. I'm not sure. Let's see. We view the building. Anyway, it's supposed to be really good, and that Joseph Gordon-Levitt did a lot of preparation as far as learning to tightrope. And I'm not so sure that he didn't actually tightrope walk across this with harnesses naturally.
He ain't that fucking brave.
Yeah.
Pussy.
Yeah. So October 2nd, we've got there's 3 movies. The Martian with Matt Damon. I'm not exactly sure what the plot is of that one.
It's a guy who gets. Perhaps maybe we should.
Yeah.
Stop being so dismissive of every movie.
Well,
it's about a guy who gets left behind on a space mission, and they believe he's lost for good and dead. But he actually makes his way back to the base, and he's trying to communicate a way to get home.
Are you guys big sci-fi fans at all?
Yeah.
This reminds me of what is it? A Stranger in a Strange Land. You know that is?
No.
Stranger in a Strange Land? No, nothing.
When I first saw it, I was thinking Red Planet.
Yeah, well, that's I mean, but as a movie,
Closer to,
there's a book called Stranger in a Strange Land, and it's about a guy who's from Earth, and he gets set up to another planet, and he's raised as an alien, and then comes back home and believes he still is an alien. No, that's not it.
I'm not
way
sure.
off.
You know what's great about this movie is it's like what Gravity would have been if Sandra Bullock was a man. Like, notice she got lost 100 yards away from her spaceship. He's on around Mars, and he figures out a way to get back, and he starts growing shit on Mars.
Well, but her argument would be
Sandra Bullock started hallucinating.
Her argument would be he got
hours.
there because he wouldn't ask for instructions. He wouldn't ask for directions.
This is Stranger in a Strange. It's Robert Heinlein, and it is Stranger in a Strange Land, but it's one guy who harvests his own ability to stay alive on an alien planet before he can come back and be rescued because the rest of his crew's been wiped out. The difference between this and the Heinlein book is that there's not an alien nation to indoctrinate him into his own world or a different culture. And I don't understand why they don't make that kind of a movie now because, well, I don't know if the effects are there. I mean, we're living in a world of amazing effects.
Because according to Donald Trump, we will get rid of all illegal aliens.
October 9th, we got The Final Girls, Knock Knock. That's Keanu Reeves' movie.
Keanu Reeves.
With
Let's
Hugh
talk
Jackman.
about him for a second. That dude, out of nowhere, like he pops up, like he's off the face of the map for a long time, and then all of a sudden he just starts making all these self-produced movies.
I need to see
pops back
John
up for a
Wick.
while.
I heard John Wick
John
is
Wick
amazing.
was good.
That is really good.
It was really good.
Wasn't he having all of his movies chosen by a 15-year-old for a while?
Yeah,
Is that true?
that's what I heard too.
Keanu
I heard something
Reeves
like
was?
that. Yeah, because he couldn't. He just said, "I'm going to start making my own movies and producing my own movies." But from what I understand, I don't know who the kid is, but he was having a conversation with some kid about what movies he should make. That's why you had the Man of Tai Chi and you have the 47 Ronins and all that shit. It was because it was
And Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider 1 and 2 and
Yeah,
whatever.
it was just
all
him
because of
having a
this kid.
conversation.
Yeah.
Wait, he made Ghost Rider? With Nicolas Cage?
Right?
No, he wasn't in that.
Ghost Rider.
No,
Who's that?
He wasn't. That was
That's Nicolas Cage.
Oh. Who?
Yeah, no. Keanu Reeves.
Oh, Keanu Reeves. No, Nicolas Cage is what I'm talking about. Yeah.
My face is on fire.
Yeah, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm like, whoa, hold on, stop. I can't
So
watch
that is
it anymore.
Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage did that, not Keanu Reeves.
We also have Pan, starring Hugh
We're way off.
Jackman. That's
Who?
Pan. Hugh Jackman.
Pan?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah. I
it's
got
like
you.
Peter
Pan.
It's
It's a remake of Peter Pan.
yeah, I
with
don't
a
know,
twist.
man. Like I went
Changing the old stories.
I went to watch the Cinderella remake, and my daughter wanted to leave after like 15 minutes. Like I feel like with these,
I think what Disney...
This is one of those.
Maleficent I thought was really good.
I like that.
That was a really good movie, but I feel like they're just
It's a new take.
Yeah, I mean it's Peter Pan.
Is this a Disney one, though?
But I think the thing with Maleficent is we don't really know the story. Like there wasn't any kind of predestined idea of what that should have been, because all we know is she's like the evil queen that turns into a dragon and fucks shit up and like gives her an apple and knocks her out. But like there's just a story that could have been there. But this Pan one is like Pan before he becomes Pan and Hook becomes Hook, and they're all friends, and like there's just all kinds of weird like buddy cop type of shit going on that I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not down with it yet. It's
Yeah,
gonna
I
take
think
a whole
they're
lot more
trying...
convincing.
I don't know if this is Disney or not. It doesn't say.
Well, it has to be right. Isn't Disney
Well,
owned?
No.
They don't own Peter Pan.
No.
But they have
I
a
think
ton
it's-
of companies that they.
It's not Disney.
It's
Warner Brothers.
Domain.
Okay.
Like honestly, the best Peter Pan movie ever, we can all agree, is Hook, right? I mean, nobody's
Yeah.
gonna beat that.
No.
Yeah.
No, I gotta go with that one. Let's see. We also have Steve Jobs coming out. That's starring Michael Fassbender. Why?
Why am I
Because the
Fassbender?
iPhone 6S is probably
It's coming
on
out
its
the
way
same
soon.
weekend. No, I mean we just had Jobs, the movie, come out like a couple of years ago with Ashton Kutcher. Why do we need another Steve Jobs movie? Nobody even watched that other one with Ashton Kutcher, so I don't understand why we need another one. October 16th, we've got Beasts of No Nation with Idris Elba.
I like him.
I
He's
do
an actor.
too. I don't know what this movie's about. Bridge of Spies with Tom Hanks and Amy Ryan. It's Tom Hanks. I'm sure it'll be good. Crimson Peak. Tom Hiddleston and Mia Wasikowska, or however the hell you say her name. Here's one that's getting a lot of people are getting behind. Goosebumps with Jack Black.
My daughter's really excited to see that. She loves Goosebumps.
I never watched the show. I was too old when it came out, so I really don't have any.
Your daughter's ever read the books?
No, I think she said she read one of them. So I don't have any emotional attachment to him. So I'm just like,
I mean, it looks like it's going to be a good kids movie.
Yeah, I saw the first trailer, and it didn't look bad. It looked interesting. I'll watch it.
What's the last thing Jack Black did?
I want to say either Gulliver's Travel.
No, he's done stuff. He was in Tropic Thunder after Gulliver's Travels, wasn't he?
Tropic Thunder was before Gulliver's, I think.
Tropic Thunder should have been nominated for an Oscar. There's a couple comedies out there that should have been nominated for Oscars.
Let's see, he did
that bird watching movie.
Well, he did
with
Bernie,
Steve Martin.
The Big Year. That's what you're thinking of.
Big Year, yeah.
He was in. Oh yeah, he was in Sex Tape. With
Was he?
Yep,
Oh, that's
he was
right.
the owner of
Yeah.
of YouPorn.
Yeah.
He was in the Muppets, and yeah, and then he's got Kung Fu Panda 3 coming out. That's another guy I feel like gets a lot of flack. But at one point in time, Jack Black was almost like the next coming of Chris Farley, like the funniest guy. Orange County is one of the most underrated movies of all time. That movie is so fucking funny, and it holds up. I watched it like a couple of months ago, and it's that part where he's wandering around trying to get the mail on the phone with Colin Hanks, Jack Black.
Yeah.
That is so fucking funny, and the subtlety, just the whole "you owe me one, buddy." Like Jack Black nailed that character.
Now, why are those all pandered by Oscar? I mean, how come they're not nominated at all?
No, because
I don't understand. There's no comedy ever really.
critics
gets-
are douchebags.
The first freaking Hangover movie was a unique, first of its kind thing that is fantastic.
Yeah.
Tropic Thunder, the same thing. That was another movie that just cannot fail, no matter when you watch it, and you can't nominate that for.
Because
they don't consider comedies to be
an actual art.
Yeah.
Unless you're Woody.
Yeah.
which is stupid. I mean, honestly, it's really dumb. Like,
The Paris movie.
I'm sorry, Citizen Kane. I think is overrated. I don't see how that's considered the greatest movie of all time. You can't convince me of that.
Well, it's because a bunch of old white guys in a room are all deciding to make that.
What makes that the best movie of all time?
It's because every movie ever made has to be based off of that because nobody did anything before.
What?
This was the first time you had a shot that went underneath a floor. That was the first movie that showed 3 walls and a ceiling. You cannot shoot a movie and not have it be based off it because that was the first movie that ever did anything like that. This is the first movie to have soundtracks.
George Mikan was the first dominant center in basketball, but Shaquille O'Neal would make him his bitch.
It's still just basketball. He's not changing the rules of basketball. One player can't change the rules of basketball. It's still going to be basketball.
So
You're gonna
basically,
travel
the guy who decided that you can move in basketball
was
the Citizen
But
Kane
I'm
of
saying,
basketball.
but
it was Dr. What's his name? What's the guy who made it?
so the first makes it the best. Well, then wouldn't
No, it's not
technically
the
the first movie that had dialogue, the first talkie, if
Okay,
you will,
so you're saying-
should be the best movie of all
What
time?
I'm telling you is that movie is based
Because
off
all
every
other
movie.
movies after the first
That's right.
talkie
Wings.
had words.
Wings.
So
That's right, Wings.
So,
Wings.
you
is-
know,
every
The
movie that you ever
Godfather-
see is based off of like Wings.
Rocky,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
all. But I'm
Set
saying
the
like.
precedent.
It is.
I just-
You took a paintbrush and you found paint, and if you're the first person that put that
My-
paint on canvas, everything after you that uses that as an art form is based on what you.
But that,
thought
that
of.
but that doesn't mean that you're by default better. Things can get improved upon and normally do.
So you're saying by
with
default
age.
somebody else is going to get that paint and put it
I'm
on canvas
saying
because
I'm
you didn't
saying
do it?
there are generations and generations who have no clue anything about Citizen Kane. I don't think it really holds up. I'm sorry. And my point is because movies are subjective. That's what we talk about on the show. It's so subjective. So I don't understand how can there just be
Because
this.
it's not subjective to science. You can't just be like, oh, I invented film, and now I'll make a movie, and
But-
now because I invented movies, every movie that is based off what I created is going to be called that, and you are going to not...
Okay, Paul Blart 2
It is based.
has.
Oh, God.
It's obviously it's a derivative of Citizen Kane, but it has a 5% Rotten Tomatoes score, right? You know why? Because guess who's writing Rotten Tomatoes? Like Gary Goldstein of the Los Angeles Times, Rafer Guzman of Newsday. Guess how old these people are? You know who gave that 100% certified fresh?
You?
My 7-year-old daughter, who the movie was made
And I
for.
understand that completely. What I don't understand is that you can't take a rating system on what is the best of all time and throw it away because Mozart
But here's the problem with it. They use that as their reasoning for denying other movies that are significantly as important to the development of film because it doesn't match up to Citizen Kane. So
that means
that's one of the reasons why comedies will never get that nod is because well, Citizen Kane, there's nothing to compare a comedy to when they have in their minds that this movie doesn't compare to this, so it shouldn't be nominated for anything. And I think comedies are the biggest problem.
Right. And that's a shame. You're
Okay.
right. You're completely right.
Bringing it back. We've got 3 other
He's trying to
movies.
reel us back in.
We got 3
He's
other
got to go through another 8 movies that no one's heard of, that we don't know anything about, and that we're not even going to talk about.
Exactly. That's why I'm skipping to October 23rd. There is a Kurt Russell movie out. There's also a Bradley Cooper movie.
What are the movies?
Wait, you interrupted a great podcast dialogue we had going on with impassioned arguments for there's a Kurt Russell thing.
No, I'm getting to my next one.
and Bradley
I'm getting
Cooper.
to my-
Every episode, he is the name dropper. Bottom line.
Actors.
No, Kurt Russell in Bone Tomahawk and Bradley Cooper in Burnt. I think
Are you trying to hide your test?
No, I'm getting it clear on the magazine. Gem and the Holograms is out that day,
Are you
too.
freaking kidding me? They made a live-action version of
Yes,
that movie.
that's the
What
one I
is
was
it?
trying to get
Who's
to.
in that?
Okay, let's
Do you
see.
remember
go to
this
it.
cartoon?
Drop a name
Juliette
there.
Do you
Lewis
remember
and
this
Molly
cartoon?
Ringwald.
Oh,
How do you spell Jim?
Jem.
Well, it could have been G-E-M.
Yeah, it's not.
So anyhow, I saw the trailer for this. I think it came out at Comic-Con.
Have you never heard of this before?
And
No, that's what I'm trying to
Okay,
look
it's a
it up.
cartoon.
I didn't watch the cartoon, but I know what it was about, and this looks horrible.
It's like the live-action version of Josie and the Pussycats.
Exactly.
This is this generation's version.
No! Oh my
of the
god, I think
live-action
I've
version of
seen
Pussycats.
this preview when we went with my daughter to watch Home. I think maybe is this. Hang on,
It's like the He-Man disaster, isn't it? It's Dolph Lundgren, but it's
Pretty
with
much.
what's her name?
Pretty much. And
That girl.
the Josie and the Pussycats, they did a live action one already before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But yeah, I saw the trailer for this.
real quick though. I'm sorry. What did you just say?
No, it's not.
What did you just say about Dolph
He-Man.
Lundgren?
Dolph
You called it a what?
It's the He-Man version.
No, but you called it a disaster.
I think so. Disaster.
You, my friend, are talking about one of the greatest films of all time. I'll put Masters of the Universe up against Citizen Kane any day of the week.
Yeah, but if you put it up against Mary Street and Surrender, you lose.
Only if you're a black man eating ice cream. So this is what this is based after. I don't know if you've ever seen this cartoon.
You never seen that?
This is ridiculous.
I've never seen the cartoon.
You have sisters?
No. I mean, I have had sisters, but not this
They're
one
like-
time. They wouldn't have been this old.
It's this chick and her band that run around solving crimes.
They solve crimes. I didn't know that part.
Yeah, that's what it's like.
But in
mainly
this
supposed
trailer
to
for
be.
this movie, that would not even be. You wouldn't even think that that's part of the movie.
They're not solving.
And I'm not even so sure that actually happens in the movie.
It's just
I read somewhere that it does,
It's-
but they didn't
it's-
put it in the trailer.
it's like what's it called? Battleship. They just bought the name.
Yeah.
Oh, Battleship.
If they so I'm gonna defend this one more time. I actually did not dislike Battleship. If they hadn't named it Battleship, I would have been able to say I enjoyed the movie.
I like practical effects. I'm a big practical effects guy. I'm not a big animated, get you big budget blockbuster thing. But
Well, I'm talking about story-wise, as far as it being an individual story about an alien attacking, Hawaii or whatever. I mean, if it was just the story and not named Battleship, I
be
would
better.
watch it.
Because
I would be okay with it
And the
being.
alien goes, eat that.
Yeah.
And then they plop them in.
I mean, but if it wasn't for the fact, they purposely put those pieces in there so that it could connect the name of the movie with what was going on.
This is the same thing I'm talking about with the Mr. Robot. This is what bothers me. They're putting those pieces in there just because.
But they're doing it. They're doing it because it's the name recognition of the movie of the product. So, Battleship. Okay, we all know that thing. Let's go watch this movie. But if they didn't put that in there, we'd be like, why the fuck is this called Battleship?
So do you think there's a song that says that they're truly, truly outrageous?
Guaranteed.
On October 23rd, we also had The Last Wish Hunter, which is starring Diesel. I saw
Shots fired.
Step back,
You're going to get jumped on this one.
Oh, man. Have you seen his independent films from before he was a big guy?
Yeah, we had to watch Boiler Room on one episode.
No, before that. And he made this great independent film, man, that was basically his acting role about him trying to choose a race and going through all these different acting things and trying to say if he's Italian or if he's black.
As a gamer, who he is a big time video game role playing person, and he actually attributes his Dungeons and Dragons experiences when he was younger playing Dungeons and Dragons to why he became an actor. Straight up tells everyone that's exactly why he does it. And this movie is basically his kind of putting out there that part of him, like that geeky side of him. And he's actually very, very good at doing... I don't know how well the movie's going to be done as far as production-wise, but he's doing this because it's really something that he enjoyed doing.
Has there
he
been a
enjoyed
trailer
playing
released
that
yet?
fantasy. Huh?
Has there been a trailer released yet?
For which...
The Last Wish Hunter?
I think so, yeah.
There's an old DVD magazine that they would send you a DVD of all independent films and low budget films. They're all just shorts. I think it was just called Shorts. And before he was Vin Diesel, he had one that was in that one, and that's the first time I was exposed to him. This was early '90s. It was fantastic.
No, I mean, when I
before you slam him.
Well, no, I wasn't slamming him. I was just kidding. But yeah, I saw the poster for it at one of the theaters that I went to, so I think it's starting to get a push. Paranormal Activity: The Ghost Dimension. This is
What?
This is right up Brad's alley.
No. Oh, bring on more of it. This time you get to see the activity. I saw this.
What?
I saw this trailer recently. Yeah. It was
Hold on, explain that statement to me.
You get to see the activity. They have a camera that the girl's dad, I believe, had created, that this new couple that moves into this house finds, that actually shows the paranormal things going on around. So you get to see all the paranormal things that have been, like, attacking people in all the movies. Now you'll get to see it.
So it's 13 Ghosts meets Paranormal Activity. That's what I'm hearing.
I've never seen 13 Ghosts.
13 Ghosts, they have these special glasses. The guy trapped 13 ghosts inside of this special containment house, and they had these glasses that they put on, and if they had the glasses on, they could see the ghosts.
No, this is completely different. They use a video camera.
What's that?
Was that about a lion?
No.
13 Ghosts?
No.
It was about 13 Ghosts. No, and it's completely different. They use a video camera.
Yeah, so I'm sure I'll end up watching it. We also have a Bill Murray movie. Bill Murray and Bruce Willis, Rock the Casbah.
Yes.
That's all we're talking about paranormal.
We're all going to talk about
Apparently
Bill
that's
Murray.
it.
Yeah, I
Rock
thought we
the
were done.
Casbah?
So. Did you have any?
What is Rock? What is Rock the Casbah?
Rock the Casbah? Hold on, let me.
He's been going into places as character or in character for the last 2-3 weeks to try to promote this thing. It's hilarious.
Bill Murray plays a burned-out rock manager, abandoned by his only client, Zooey Deschanel. He gets the chance to help a talented young girl find musical success on Afghanistan's version of American Idol. So, that's what that is. It's Bill Murray. I'm sure. I hate to say this because it sounds cliche and an easy way out, but I'm sure you'll like it because Bill Murray is awesome. And if you didn't see St. Vincent, that's another one that was not talked about, and he was amazing in it. We got another Sandra Bullock movie. Wonderful. And that's October 30th. You know what? No, hold on. Let me back up for a second.
Dude, what was the last Sandra Bullock movie that you liked? You haven't.
Yeah. That's why I said it that way. I mean, that's on Halloween. That's the day before Halloween, and in the month of October, you've got one horror film coming out, and that's Paranormal Activity a week before Halloween. That's pretty bad. Why aren't there any good Halloween movies coming out at Halloween? I don't understand that.
I know they had The Gallows came out in August.
Yeah.
They have Sinister 2 comes out
Like in
this
August?
week. This week.
Is it this week?
Yeah, it's Thursday. I'm going to see
So
it.
it's like, why? I don't get it. Because they would make more money if they waited, put it out the week of Halloween.
Because you can make a horror movie in a week.
Well, that's true, but if you waited, you can make more money. If you
That's why they're waiting. They're making it next week. They're going to put it out.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
It's not. I didn't make that list. It hasn't been done yet, so it's not advertised.
Moving on to November, we got there's blah blah a Peanuts movie. Now I said Peanuts, not penis. Have you seen?
So
the
you were the
trailer
only
for
one that
this?
thought you said penis.
Yeah,
so
I was
it's all
just
good.
clarifying for both. Have you guys seen the trailer for this?
No.
It looks like CGI cartoons.
Sure,
I don't like
it.
this. I don't understand this animation. I guess I'm just old fashioned and like the flat animation that used to be done. I don't dislike it. I'm just like
Do you think it's one of those things when you're watching it completely changes the way you watch movies again?
I don't know.
Well, it looks like it's like the Polar Express type animation.
No.
That
It
was
actually looks more
90.
like the Garfield movies that
Their
came out.
teeth.
It's state-of-the-art 3D animation.
Hold on. It'll get around.
There was some Garfield
That
animated.
explains it. All right. Okay.
There were some Garfield animated movies that came out a few
Sean
years
was a
ago.
lot like that too. So I expect big things. The black hole.
I don't know. I'm sure.
I loved that
might
movie when I
watch
was a
it.
kid.
Yeah.
I actually had the album for it.
Do you remember, that was the first time I saw like digital animation and could not process what it was. I just
Right.
assumed it was a cartoon type of
What
thing.
movie?
Black hole.
Black Hole.
Never saw it.
It's not the same one
Really?
that we saw.
And that's a whole other genre of movie.
Oh, no, thing.
Also on that day, we
The
have,
X on that one is supposed to be there.
also that day we have the new James Bond movie Spectre coming out. Any thoughts?
I think that's going to be the best of the best. I think that's the period on the end of a great sentence, which is his career in the James Bond lineage. Because I think they're going to move with the what's his name next time. There was talks about the new James
Idris
Bond.
Elba.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing him.
I'm all behind the black 007.
I'm sure you are.
Just saying, the shit should have been done a long time ago.
Yeah, I could totally see him playing that.
Colt 45, shaking, not stirring.
Let's see. We also have a Bryan Cranston movie, Trumbo. I just heard him on the Nerdist.
Are you a
and-
big Bryan Cranston fan?
Is it an actual Bryan Cranston movie? Because, you know, they said that Godzilla was a
Sorry.
Bryan Cranston movie, too.
Yes, it is, and he was just on.
It is a... He was in
Yeah.
it, too?
He was just on Nerdist and was talking about this. And
What movie?
Trumbo, Trumbo, and they don't have anything listed as like plot or anything, and what that's about. I totally spaced what it was about. Yeah, here it
It's a
is.
successful career of 1940s screenwriter Dalton Trumbo comes to a crashing end when he and other Hollywood figures are blacklisted for their political beliefs.
Milk.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah. There's also a Michael Keaton, Liev Schreiber movie.
You know what I love,
Spotlight.
though, about this? On the Flickster page, right? Looking at this movie. So it's got, like, you know, it's Bryan Cranston. He's looking all serious. He tells us, like, oh, we'll get an Academy Award for playing this movie for 1940s guy. And it's all serious and everything else. Then you look at Jay Roach, the director, and his little picture is Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery with Mike Myers, doing a little pose as Austin Powers. And then Bryan Cranston's right next to him, and his picture is from Breaking Bad of him running out of an RV
his
in
underwear.
nothing but an apron.
Jay Roach directs that one.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay, so moving on, November 13th, there's some other crap.
Hold on.
nobody
What was
cares
what was the Liev Schreiber movie again?
about. Spotlight with Michael Keaton.
Yeah. When's Beetlejuice come out? Talking about
I don't
Bryan
even think
Cranston.
that they have started filming that.
And it's confirmed cast?
I don't think that's even been confirmed.
No way. 'Cause- okay.
When does it come out? God damn it! I want the remake.
That's back on the shelf. Last I heard.
Call Joe Lavelle.
Here's
L-E-A-V-E-L-L.
here's one that
Down to do it.
Why? Then it'll be a black and white Pennywise that doesn't talk.
It'll be super fucking scary. I guarantee you that. People will not sleep for years.
Here's one that
Wake
took me
up
by
not
surprise.
screaming.
If you remember back a few years, the movie The Ring and all the sequels that came with it, there's also a new one coming out called Rings. And it says Samara is back and ready to terrorize via videotape once more in the latest chapter of The Ring, starring Big Bang Theory's Johnny Galecki. That's on November 13th.
Did you watch the originals? When did you see those?
Yes.
I mean, that was the first time I was.
Yeah, I saw
exposed
the
to that.
original.
In The Eye. That was the same thing.
Oh,
those
The
were
Eye
together.
was good.
Yeah, it was great.
Both those were just
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
The actual Korean ones.
That-
Korean
yeah.
was
Yeah.
the shit.
The first time I saw it was the I didn't see the original, the Korean version, and I thought I was like, oh, this is pretty good. But then I watched the Korean version. I was like, this was much better.
So what happened in Korea? Like suddenly they just fell off. There was a Tartan was a huge distribution.
Yeah,
place, and
I think people, I don't know. It was just a phase. I think there's a lot of movies that just come in phases. It's like, oh, this is the big thing, and then people, quote unquote, got tired of it, or America just decided, oh, we're going to remake it so people of America can understand.
I don't think
it.
somebody has needled it, and they don't want people to find that stuff.
I don't know.
I don't understand how that doesn't transcend the internet. Like,
But
how should
you
be
know-
able to find this stuff?
I think it is. I think it is found, but because if I remember correctly, that movie had been out for a while before it was even converted.
Well, no, even
Yeah.
recently,
You know,
like
it
Two
was
Sisters.
made, yeah.
I mean, I think that was the last one I saw. That was from a Tartan, and then
Yeah, I
out of
saw.
nowhere, gone.
Brad has no idea what we're talking about.
Do you drink those? What are they called? IPAs. Do you drink a lot of like
Beer.
No,
I don't drink a lot of IPAs.
what are they
I
called? You know
Guinness.
the like at the breweries.
Yeah.
What are they called?
Beer.
IPAs.
Is that but what craft?
Yeah,
craft beer.
local craft beers.
Oh, because that's what I think. Like those are the same. That's what it reminds me when people talk about the Korean version.
Well,
You live in Indiana,
You
one
know
of the
what?
largest producing states of craft beer. Let's put them down.
Yeah, and I'm the guy that goes in there and says, which one tastes like Coors Light?
Yeah, and they'll be like, here
I
it
get the
is.
same
It's
thing.
right here. It's $5 for a
and
whole
then-
growler.
and
Don't
then
piss
it's
these people
gross.
off. They're sending you stuff that's
And then
right.
it's gross. They haven't sent us shit. Besides, we're not even looking for the craft beer people. We're looking for the First Church of Cannabis to become a sponsor of the show. Podcast.
Bill
I'm
Levine.
I'm okay with the craft beer, my friend. So let's not make this.
It's the same thing that I think about when people tell me like, oh, the Japanese or the Asian version. So it's like, yeah, you know what I liked about America's The Ring? It fucking was in English. That's
See?
what I
See?
enjoyed.
I know, that's why they're
didn't have to
catering- they're
read
catering to you.
subtitles.
That's,
Just watch
what
and
movies do
enjoy.
you like?
Huh?
Do you like?
No, they're both against me on this.
yeah, I'm kind of against.
I say the Hunger Games beats Battle Royale with cheese.
Hunger Games.
Because
Battle
Pulp
Royale
Fiction.
was so
Yeah,
good.
yeah, absolutely.
Because
Battle Royale
he's
was
never
so good.
watched Battle Royale.
Hunger Games is better than Pulp Fiction.
Anyway,
The original, the first.
It's like the room.
I didn't
is
really
just
get it. I
the
didn't really
air
get
that's
into
sucked
the.
out of
I didn't get into the other, the follow-ups that got to me to be a little too Twilighty. But the original, just the concept of children murdering children. That's a
Which was
Then you
originally
need
a
to
Japanese
watch-
movie.
yes.
That was a
You
Japanese
need to watch Battle
And I
Royale.
said this is a lot better.
yeah. Well, come over.
So you
Sometime
did
we'll
see
watch.
Battle Royale then?
I think I've watched like part of it, but again, it's. I mean, it's.
Anyway,
I don't know. It's not a matter of.
Because okay, so look at it this way. So Battle Royale has a way lower budget.
So comedy is funnier when it's in English because you understand it.
To me, yeah, absolutely.
okay. So moving
This is
on.
America.
Moving on. November 20th,
America, fuck
we
yeah.
have
You don't like Hunger Games? You get out.
the movie that wraps up your favorite series, The Hunger Games, Mockingjay Part 2. That comes out November
Getting
20th.
choked up over there?
Yes.
I think there's a tear falling.
It's over.
I'm so sad that it's over. And then there's some other junk. November 25th, we have Creed, which is a Rocky follow-up. It's actually like
You're just hitting on sore
What did you
spots
just say?
over and over and over again with me. I don't understand.
What's the sore spot with Creed?
Nothing.
Rocky.
You know, some people are great catching themselves on fire and running around and burning down a franchise like Fantastic Four. And I'm sure they're going to do the same thing. I know, I'm sure he's going to save the franchise and be a great, great person. And all.
Have you seen the trailer?
Yeah, and all the fanboys will love it. And they're going to be like, oh, Rocky's back again.
You know, I'm
Or
not a
he'll
Did
burn
you
it to the
see
ground.
Rocky Balboa?
Yeah.
You couldn't get
Good
it.
movie.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie.
But I don't think you can depend on an actor for that.
The Rocky franchise is the greatest movie franchise in history.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, don't get into this on these
Rocky
guys.
1's
Please
one of
don't
the
get
greatest
started.
movies of all time.
Yeah.
It's
The
changed
sequel
everyone's life.
defied all odds of that being a good movie. All sequels normally
Just
won.
got better.
I don't know if it got better, but it held
So it
its own.
didn't find it. It just held its own. It plateaued.
It was just like the first one. It was good enough to go the distance.
It plateaued.
Then three,
Same movie.
bring in Hulk Hogan with Thunder Lips. 4,
And then that
Ivan
went up or
Drago
down?
solved the conflict with Russia, and then
Was there a robot
Then
in
there
that
was
one?
5. Yeah, there was a robot in 4.
Okay.
And then there
I
was
love
5.
a robot,
But
yeah.
then you have Rocky
Right.
Balboa that came and was a great bookend, and now you start a new chapter with Creed.
Okay.
new
I saw the trailer.
I can't wait for Creed 4 when it's him versus a member of ISIS.
I sit here shaking my head because you've opened a fucking Pandora's box in this.
He runs
And
down
I'm
a big
trying to close
thing
it.
of stairs, and there's a lot of guys going,
All right.
What?
I saw the trailer. I thought it looked pretty good. I didn't go gaga like a lot of people, but I thought it could be interesting. But I just read this quote from Michael B. Jordan, which has me a little concerned. He says, "I'm sure it would have been easier if it could just gotten all of my training done in a montage. There is no montages. There's no training montage.
That does concern me.
That is a problem."
Yeah, there has to be a montage.
Speaking of Fantastic Four,
Yeah.
what would you say could have been done to have fixed this movie?
I would not have made that movie. That movie does not need to be made. Again, I don't know how that even happened.
They only want because they wanted to keep the rights.
Well,
Is that it?
yeah, because if they don't make a movie using it, they lose the rights. It reverts back to
So
them.
if I would be like, hey, Joe, here's $1 billion. Go make a Fantastic Four movie because we have it already done and booked. What would I do with it? I don't know. That's a hard because it's not fantasy. You can't put it in reality. It can't. This team of fantastic people have to be fantastic, so you can't ground them in the Batman
I think
world.
the idea of going to the sci-fi route and making them scientists and
It's all bad.
I think that's a decent idea. I don't think it's anything we've really seen before. I mean, truth be told, 2 of them were scientists, so why not see them from that
Because
standpoint?
once you have a man turn into a big rocking, talking, living creature for no reason whatsoever, it kind of pulls that reality down to fantasy.
So, from the comic book standpoint, because that's what I do. From the comic book standpoint, the Fantastic Four is not a great comic book. The story is very dry. They thought that they would be able to take it because they needed a team-based storyline to work off of when they made the original movie, and it came out horribly. Nobody likes this movie. So then they decide, well, we'll try it again. We'll see if we can add a little something special to it. They add Silver Surfer, which was probably the best part of that movie.
Yeah, it should have been a Silver Surfer movie.
Yeah,
and then you
absolutely.
would have pulled it all the franchise. But then
Absolutely.
you end up having that risk when you're doing that to go Green Lantern.
Right.
That's the nightmare between the Silver
Right.
Surfer. There is something wrong between the storytelling and the art of making film that doesn't make it reality,
Well-
like when you read it in a comic book.
Right. And that's the thing. And again, it comes down to whenever they make a comic book movie, they purposely try not to pander towards comic book people. They don't want the movie to have anything to do with what we as comic book fans know about these storylines.
Because they've tried it before.
Right, because they want
It looks
the
stupid.
average Joe to be able to watch this movie and be like, "Oh, I like this
That's why
movie."
The
It's based on
Hobbit
the
looked so
comic book.
bad as a freaking cartoon back in the 70s.
Right.
I mean, it's the same thing. So how do you make that workable?
This is the thing. I watched the movie, and because they've made it, I watched it, and it's based on a comic book, so I had to see it. And the actual story behind it, it's the origin story told again. but not told correctly. They have not literally done the correct origin story for that group. If they actually followed the comic book as a blueprint to the story, it could be successful.
I think that's where we differ. I believe that this is a character problem, and you think it's a storyline problem. I think the characters themselves are not based on anything that people can relate to outside being a cartoon or a comic book. I think the only way you can make those creatures real in people's imagination is to keep them as what they are, comic books and cartoons.
But then you have the other superheroes that are based the exact
Like
same.
what? Who? They're all real people.
Okay, the Hulk. Okay,
The Hulk is a real person.
And
He
so is Ben
transitions into
Grimm.
some- The thing is just a fucking.
they
pile of
haven't
rocks.
gone that far enough.
We could go.
Yeah,
Could go
they haven't gone that far yet because he can change back into Ben Grimm eventually down the line. But it's still fantastic. I didn't mean to do that. Hold on, that was horrible. But it's still
fantastic. All four of them.
it's fantasy. Okay, in all of them. Any of the things you do. You're looking at the Hulk, you're looking at Thor, all those things, like, you can't really, there's no way you can say those characters are believable outside of
Except for
the thing.
that,
You have a guy that lights on fire.
In the reign of human history, we did believe that Thor was.
We also believe that people can spontaneously combust.
There you go.
All right.
We're going to edit that out anyway. Nobody's going to care about that.
November 25th, Victor Frankenstein, starring Daniel Radcliffe and James McAvoy. This is the story of Victor Frankenstein and his relationship with Igor, played by Daniel Radcliffe, so that might be kind of interesting.
I like Frankenstein movies in general.
Yeah.
Which one don't you like?
Interested to see.
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Yeah, that was horrible. Moving on to December, we've got Krampus. That comes out December 4th, starring Adam Scott and Toni Collette.
Kevin Smith.
No, it's not a Kevin
No?
Smith movie. No, it's not. Bear with me here.
So it might be good.
I thought he had something to do with that.
No, I think he was going to do one called Krampus. They star in a horror comedy about a demon who terrorizes Scrooges during the holidays. Coal in the stocking wasn't working as deterrent, apparently. So that's EW's.
I see it done on TV shows.
Yeah, so we'll see how that turns out. Adam Scott's funny. Harvey Keitel's in a new movie. Wow.
What's it called?
Youth. Which is funny.
The exact opposite of what he is.
And you know who's starring with him? Michael Caine. So
Another ancient actor.
Exactly.
What's the old
Oh my
joke?
God! Have you seen the poster?
No.
If you,
What the?
yeah, that's awesome. If you say my cocaine,
Yeah,
that's the old joke.
We're gonna skip up to December 18th. There's two of them. I'll save the second one because that's the bigger one. Sister, starring Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. The two of them together is great. I mean, they've done a lot of stuff together already, and they're great together. But unfortunately, they are not going to make any money off this film because it comes out the same day as the new Star Wars movie. So I'm sure.
Oh, come on!
3 of the 4 people here are willing.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that movie with my wife. It's not gonna matter. I'm not gonna choose one from another. They're merchandising off the people that.
Yeah, Star Wars is going to make a gazillion dollars that weekend, and just based on everything I've seen so far, I cannot wait. I will be there opening weekend.
People are going to go see that movie because they can't get in to see Star Wars.
What?
Yeah.
People are gonna see that movie. Star Wars, man, it's gonna be the biggest thing.
Yeah, it's going to be. It's going to be.
I
It's going to be huge.
don't think there's gonna be anything bigger than this.
I'm just happy that one of the main characters is black. And he's not going to be killed right away.
And which
Not right away.
Because there's only 3 of them in the whole
Instead of
freaking
the third.
franchise at first. And they got killed as soon as they got in the fucking into the X-Wing. So
another one that's probably going to make a lot of money. Another Alvin and the Chipmunks movie.
What?
Yes.
No, that.
Yes,
No,
you heard that right.
That's how long we spent on Star Wars?
Yeah, right. And he goes right to
Goes
the
right
chipmunks,
over it.
you know,
Yeah.
because that's way more
that was
important
a joke.
than the Star Wars.
Well,
No, dude. Oh God, this is how this is how fucking
Oh boy.
unfunny you are. You.
It took you 10 minutes to pull that out.
Yeah, because he was so flabbergasted that you tried to glaze
If you're gonna
us.
do that joke, then when you do the whole, we'll save the next one because it's the biggest, the bigger of the movies, and then you do this whole thing. It's sequel, long awaited. One of the biggest movie franchises in history. You do all that, and then you go, Alvin and the Chipmunks.
We're not talking about pacing.
See how much funnier that was after they knew the joke was coming? No, I'm going to do the Star Wars, and I'm going to cut them off after 85 seconds.
Is a very much.
To mention Alvin, the road chip.
Have you seen the trailer of that?
Yeah, it looks horrible.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah. December.
It's no
20th.
Citizen Kane.
And he's still going on. He doesn't want to go back to Star Wars.
You're supposed to back
over.
We pretty much talked to death about Star Wars already.
Everything about the Star Wars.
Continue into December 25th
Yeah.
of our fall movie preview.
Hey, that's what they say. Fall movie preview right at the top of this page. So you also have a Will Ferrell movie with who did I see was with him in that one? Bear with me.
Paul McCartney.
No,
Wait, is that
it was Mark
Stepdad?
Wahlberg. It was Mark Wahlberg.
Stepdad?
No, it's called Daddy's Home.
Oh, it's about Will Ferrell plays a stepdad. It looks hilarious. Have you not seen the trailer?
I have not seen the trailer.
Hang on.
To Stepdad?
Wait, is it Daddy's
Daddy's
Didn't
Home.
That already come out?
D-A-D-Y?
D-A-D-D-Y.
There we go. It's apostrophe. Daddy's would be D-A-D-D-I-E-S. This is Daddy's,
Daddy's home. It
Possessive,
belongs to- it
yeah.
belongs
So it's
to
not
Dad.
Stepdads.
it's kind of.
Oh.
It's because, so basically, Will Ferrell plays the stepdad of this family, and Mark Wahlberg is the children's biological
But it's not
father.
called Stepdad.
No, it's called Daddy's Home.
Oh.
Mark Wahlberg's the biological father who basically just tries to make his life.
So this woman goes from Mark Wahlberg to Will Ferrell.
I think that's called Stepdads. I don't think that's called Daddies.
Did you do another drawing of our family?
That's me, Dylan, and Mommy. And over here, far away, is you.
I love how you drew my hair.
It's getting funnier.
Well drawn. Okay, I'm their stepdad. The way I see it, anyone can be a father. But not everyone has the patience or the devotion to be a...
Brad, Daddy wants to talk to you.
Oh, does he? Super to make your acquaintance. I'm not going to give you my social security number. Cholesterol? 180. Credit score 758. Very proud of that. Yeah, I guess I could pick you up. I mean, kids, at the end of the day, they know who's been around.
Was there a towel change?
Here's the thing.
Well, kind to say that.
Here's the
Thank you.
thing.
The king's word. That is to be
I
with
think
you.
this trailer is probably misleading us. I think it's probably going to be hilarious.
No, we didn't even get to the funny part
I
of the
know.
trailer.
No, I'm talking about the very beginning, though. The very beginning makes it seem more.
That's called Daddy's
serious.
Home.
I think it's going to be hilarious. But the thing that we may have a problem with, it's written by the guy who co-wrote Horrible Bosses 2, which we just talked about earlier.
But this is a fresh. That was them trying to capitalize on another movie.
But
so hopefully he can do a good job because it looks really funny when you watch the whole trailer.
Yeah,
But why would I instantly think that was called Stepdad?
Because you were probably thinking of Step Brothers,
Yeah.
only with dads.
Oh, that makes sense.
And then the two of them together were hilarious, and
And
the other
guys, that's one of the,
Yeah.
another underrated comedy.
Yeah,
Very funny movie.
That's probably the only Will Ferrell movie that I really actually liked.
Was the other guys?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Anchorman?
I don't like Anchorman at all. I did not enjoy it at all.
Step Brothers?
Nope.
Old School?
I get Old School is pretty good.
Elf?
No.
Oh my god.
I get
You're
shit for this all
a
the time.
sociopath.
I get shit for this
Do
all
you
the
take
time.
ice cold showers?
I do sometimes. I get this shit all the time. Whenever I tell people
Sleep with just a
would you
fan, even in the wintertime?
Well, you need the sound.
I actually do that. But I'm telling you,
Yeah,
Will Ferrell.
if you're a psychopath, you want the sound of a
Will
fan.
Ferrell does not
What do you
make
like the
me
sound
laugh.
of?
TV.
I don't know why, but I get shit
The
for it all the
Showdown
time.
podcast.
It does not make me laugh.
It's Showdown.
That's what I like to use to go to sleep. The Showdown
Yeah,
podcast.
You just like listen to your own voice.
We also
I
have
don't know what it is, but I always get shit from everybody. They're like, he's the greatest bird guy in the world, best actor ever. I'm like, I don't get it.
also on Christmas Day we have The Hateful Eight, which is Tarantino's new movie with Samuel L. Jackson and Kurt Russell.
I thought he
Oh,
was stopping
surprise.
making movies. Yeah. Is he not stopping?
Samuel L. Jackson's in the
Yeah,
Tarantino movie.
Exactly.
Why did he end up making that anyway? Did he give
Let
an
me guess,
excuse
special
after-
appearance
after
by
the-
Uma
he-
Thurman?
He didn't give an excuse. He was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm not making this movie now. My
Yeah,
script's
no,
leaked.
yeah.
Screw you guys, I'm making the movie.
Yeah,
Let's take a stand and not."
It's fine with me. I think it may have been more for publicity more than anything else.
What? Can Tarantino pulling publicity? Never.
So you're not. That's it. You don't like. You don't. You're not
I haven't seen
for it?
any trailers. I don't know anything, but I don't know.
There's no
much
trailer.
about it.
Oh, well, I guess there's pictures. Did you read the script?
No.
It's out there.
Yeah, I know. I don't have the patience.
He doesn't read.
I'm not in the movie. I don't
Unless
have
it's
the
a
patience to read it.
script that...
I'm not in this movie.
Unless
I'm not
it's-
going to read it. It might take 2 hours.
Unless it's a pop-up script where he can just... Like,
There's 8 guys with the guns. Well, 7 and some chick.
You also
That's my gun
have
sound. You like it?
that is,
There's gun sound in it.
It's
Yeah.
absolutely
Like,
the worst.
needs to be more manly.
I would hate to play guns with you.
It's like
Laser
some
gun.
old juke guy. Oh wait, no, that's Corey's joke.
you have also a Leonardo DiCaprio movie with Tom Hardy called The Revenant.
Revenant.
Yep, I think he plays a serial killer in that one. Leonardo does.
And it's with who?
Him and Tom Hardy.
Come on, Leo.
Put the gun down.
The Lego Movie. Will Ferrell. Everybody loves the Lego Movie. Everyone loves.
I love the Lego movie, but he was like, what, 5 minutes at the end of the movie?
No, he
He has
is.
the voice.
I know, but it's not. I'm not watching.
Wait, no,
him
who
do
was he?
anything.
He was like, wait, he was just
Dr.
the voice.
Business or Mr. Business.
Yeah, whoever the bad guy was.
But who wasn't in there for very long? He was. I agree. I don't think it's much of a Will Ferrell movie.
Okay. And finally,
Lord
It wasn't Will Ferrell's comedy.
Lord Business. Right.
the remake of Point Break, which is probably going to be horrendous.
Oh, the classic film of the monkeys who were being tested on
Skateboard.
release.
Yes,
I think that was
What?
that was
another great movie.
I have pain.
That was Outbreak.
that was Outbreak.
That was the joke.
Thanks for stepping all over that one.
I stopped.
Call Big Godzilla. Yeah. Before we go, though, I do want to talk about something. So, in the future, we're going to be doing some. We're going to do like a road trip themed episode. Where you guys will. But I want to talk about the inspiration for that while it's fresh and everything else. It was my trip to the Grand Canyon with my girlfriend and her family. So that's how we'll end this week's episode with this little tale. So my girlfriend and I and her brother and his girlfriend and her parents drive to the Grand Canyon in a small RV. All 6 of us. The sleeping options were obviously their parents had the big bed that's in the bedroom in the back. And then out in the living quarters, there was a fold-out couch that was okay at best. And then the other option that we alternated between was you just put the table down and put the couch cushions over the table and then the benches.
It's like a big friggin' Winnebago type of thing.
No, it's a small RV.
What?
Yeah. And her dad, who's like we got along for the most part, but her dad's like, because I like her family. I like her dad the best, though, because he's a 58-year-old redneck hippie named CB. And he's a cancer survivor, and I know that because he tells everybody, like, to try to get people to do stuff for him. Like, because he told me one day, he's like, I mean, hey, I look at it like this, brother. I survived the big C. I might as well try to get some perks. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he wasn't talking about, he's talking about benefits, not the painkillers. But I'm sure he had probably a supply of both. So, like, to give you an example, the first night we're on this trip, one of the tires blows out. right?
Oh, God.
So
Is this a
it's
rental?
like 3 in the morning. No, he bought it. It's like 3 in the morning, and so the only person you get a hold of is this guy who's got like a shop he runs. You know, like his cell phone is like what's listed for the shop, and he's like, "Oh man, like it's 3 in the morning. Like I have wife and kids, man. I won't be able to get there till like 8 or 9 in the morning." And CB's like, "Oh, I hear that, brother. I just want to let you know I'm just a 58-year-old cancer survivor. Had this tire blowout out on a dream vacation with my family." The guy showed up. I told the wife and kids, "Oh, honey, I'll be right back." No. Yeah. So then, like, there's this boat rental place, and like the guy was like, I literally don't have any boats left, and he's like, "Oh, you ain't got no boats left. Huh? I just want to let you know I'm a 58-year-old cancer survivor. I just had a tire blowout over here on a dream vacation with my family." And the guy was like literally, you could just tell he wanted to start whittling a boat out of like the stream. And so the weird thing is, like, it's also with the cancer, like, anytime you survive something like that, like, he's got, like, he's still, like, very, very coherent with it and everything else, but he snaps sometimes. Like, he'll just snap really quickly and out of nowhere. Like, one night, my girlfriend and I and her brother and his girlfriend decided to go to this In-N-Out Burger that was, like, 45 minutes away from the campsite we were at that night. Just to kind of get away, you know, and everything else. And so we're on our way there, and he calls my girlfriend, Molly, and she answers and puts it on speakerphone, right? And he's like, "Hey, where y'all going? In-N-Out Burger? What they got, like burgers and shit? Hang on, let me see if your mom wants something." And he's like, "Hey, Angie, you want anything from In-N-Out Burger?" No, God damn it, stop arguing with me. They're going to In-N-Out Burger. They got burgers and shit. What do you want? All right, your mom don't want anything. And you know what? I don't even want anything now. I don't want anything tonight. But I may want a burger tomorrow. So I want you to tell them to put the fixins in individual boxes. That way I could just put the burger together tomorrow myself. So, no, come on, Molly. No, just ask them. Just have them put, like, the buns in the box, and then put the lettuce in the box. Have them put, like, the pickles in the box. No, God damn it, Molly. They'll do it, okay? It's a fast food restaurant. They got all kinds of boxes. All right, well, then just tell them I'm a 58-year-old cancer survivor and my tire blew out on a dream vacation with my family. So that was, and it was a fun trip, and we ended it in Colorado, which is honestly, I think, the happiest place on earth. Like, being in Colorado is the first time I think I can remember in my entire life since WrestleMania 7 that I felt patriotic. Like, it was the first time since Hulk Hogan beat Sergeant Slaughter that I felt patriotic, being in Colorado with just that legal weed and going into a dispensary and buying weed was like America. I get it now. America. I completely understand America. So, God, big shout out to Colorado. If we could get a sponsor from Colorado, I don't know how they would sponsor us, but if they would,
no, I think you know exactly how you want them to sponsor you.
No, we know what's happening.
We know exactly.
Indiana, let's make it legal. Come on, First Church of Cannabis, jump on board with the showdown. We love you.
Are we trying?
I was going to